Hello everyone, welcome to our next chapter. In this video today, I'm happy to announce you that we are introducing our New Vision's very own online video conferencing platform. So far, you might be reaching out to students using some online applications, conferencing platforms like Zoom, Meet, or some other sources. But now we have our dedicated in house conferencing platform where you can do the same number of activities what you have been doing using other applications. So there is no separate Android application or something like this to download for you. You can manage it directly from the website itself. So I'll show you today how to schedule a meeting, create an event, send notifications to students, how to start a meeting and how to end it. Let us start. So this is how a user interface of the student might look like. Welcome to New Visions Live. We have different capabilities using this platform we can be able to do. Let me just discuss briefly on this one after the other. Chatting. Yes, all the participants will have a public chat and private chat option. Webcams. We may or may not be asking the students to turn on their cameras as on date, but from now, yes, with a very limited streaming data, with very good bandwidth, all of you uh, can ask the students to turn their cameras on, and you can actually see what exactly they are doing during your class. And please be remembered, this whatever student's camera is there, that is not visible to his classmates. It is only visible to the class teacher and the moderator. The third one, audio. Yes, obviously, to connect to the audio bridge, they'll have this option. Just to express themselves, they'll have emojis and other options during the chat. So you might be wondering what is making it different. Yes, we have some special options where this will definitely differentiate from other applications. The first one is breakout rooms. Let us say if a class 10 students class 10 might contain 5 to 6 different sections, all of them when they are joining in your live class. How do you conduct any events or conduct any activity to different section wise students? Yes, we have some breakout rooms, we'll explore it little later. Polling. Unlike making it a one way communication, yeah, only the teacher speaking and students never turning their cameras on, how do you make them interactive? How do you make them answer the questions without turning their mics on? Yes, polling option is one such features where you can use that. Next one, screen sharing. Yes, it is similar to many other applications what we have been seeing. The last one, multi-user whiteboard. Yeah, this is another very useful interactive application for the students to engage them in your lesson and immerse them into the learning. I'll show you this what exactly it is in our upcoming sessions. Well, yeah, this is how our video conferencing platform looks like. Yeah. So, so far you might be creating an event somewhere and just saving the meeting URL and sending it across using some social media applications. And you never have a control who can attend the meeting, who cannot attend the meeting. So basically, whoever has the URL, the meeting link or the meeting ID number can able to join the meeting. So there is no exact control on it. So in our platform, who can attend the meeting? So the answer is only authenticated users. Whoever has permission to log into the New Vision website can only enter inside and attend the meeting. Whoever doesn't have permission, be it a non New Vision student or fee defaulter or a user who doesn't have permission to enter into a particular course, cannot enter into our conferencing rooms. The second one, users enrolled in a particular course. The user must be enrolled in any particular course. Let's say if a mathematics class 10 live session is scheduled, only students who are enrolled in that mathematics course of class 10 can only be able to attend the classes. So you need not worry, any third party guy or uh, some other guest cannot enter your room without your permission. So alright, so these features are good. How to schedule a meeting? Is there an application? No. Then how to schedule a meeting? I'll show you how. It is directly from our website. So let us come back to our New Vision website, log in with your credentials and then enter into your particular course. So I have a demo course here. In this demo course I would like to demonstrate. Ensure your turn editing off is turned on. It should be like this. Then in the first general section, here is where you should create our meeting invite. Just click on add an activity or resource. The option you should be choosing is big blue button. This is where our video conferencing is present. Click on add. Yeah, the very essential features I will be telling you now. First, please give virtual classroom name. Virtual classroom name, I would recommend you to name it like class 9 underscore mathematics live session. Let us all follow this nomenclature. If it is class 8, you will be naming it as class 8 English, Hindi, mathematics, social studies, something like that. So class 8 mathematics, class 8 physics, class 8 social, likewise. Select this option. If you select this send notification, based on your schedule, it will send a message to all the authenticated users and also notifications. Yeah, so coming down, activity room settings, welcome message. You can type a default welcome message. It can be your own. I have just typed one generic message and I am copying pasting that here. Dear students, welcome to New Vision Live. This is our New Vision's video conferencing platform, blah blah blah. This will be by default ticked. Please ensure this is ticked. Come down to participants. Participants, by default these settings must be there. Please ensure all these three are present. Then go for the schedule for session. This is where you are scheduling the session. So if your live class is scheduled Monday morning 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, you should actually choose the date and time here and enable it. I am clicking on enabling. Randomly I will choose the timing here. I will select 11:30 to 5th of September 12:30, 1 hour's duration. Okay, I am done scheduling. Once you have entered the times and clicked on save and display or save and return to the course, it will send a notification and message to all the authenticated users of this course. Alright, so yes, so this we have discussed. You can click save and return to the course. Yes, along with the announcement and attendance, your live conferencing is also been placed. Please remember, you need not delete this or you need not hide this anytime. If you have scheduled it, it will defaultly send a notification, and without actually starting the meeting by the class teacher or subject teacher, this session will not begin. Hence you need not hide it from students. First option we have discussed. Secondly, today you have a live class and you have scheduled it. Tomorrow and in a different time slot you have the same class, and should you actually delete and recreate it? No, you need not. Just click on edit and go to settings, and if you have a class tomorrow for the same children, you can come back and edit this timing and click on save and return to the course. Yes, so this is a one-time job. You need not create it every time. This is a one-time job, and every subject will contain one this type of online conferencing button. Alright, so now we have scheduled. How to schedule a meeting, we have seen it. So the next question, should I actually share the meeting invitation over WhatsApp or some other platform? The answer is no. There is no meeting link or there is no meeting ID for this live conference. It is only present here in this button, once the user clicks here, they can be able to join. And the next, how are the notifications sent to the students? If you are not sharing it on WhatsApp or if you are not sending any message to the student, how can they know when is the schedule? Alright, so yeah, for all the users, if they click on my courses, there is a tab called upcoming events. In the upcoming events, whatever schedule you have given, it will display them in the upcoming events. Let us see how does it works. My courses, click on my courses. So yeah, class 9 mathematics live session is scheduled for today 11:30 am. This is my schedule. So if the student clicks on it, this is how it is displayed, something similar to this. Alright, so now what should a user do? He should click on go to activity and it will take them there. Go to activity and it will take them there. Now I have two questions. What if the meeting schedule has not started? This please verify this first option. Test live class, this conference has not started. This conference is scheduled from 12 pm to 1 pm. Okay, hence students cannot join before 12 o'clock or after 1 o'clock. So only during the scheduled time users can join. Yes, now let us say the time is 12 pm. How does it look like to the students? Users can see a join session button below this test live class. So this conference room is ready, you can now join the session. Once the user clicks on join session, he will be taken to a different window, and once after the click, it will ask you two options. How would you like to join the audio? First option is microphone, second is listen only. All the students will select the second option, listen only. If I am not wrong, you would want the students to be in listen only mode. If you want the students to be speaking, you should ask them to click on microphone. Yeah, so now this is done. How about the teachers? Teachers will all be selecting the first option, microphone, because you should be speaking to the students. Yes, so this is clear. Once after selecting, they'll enter inside. This is our conferencing room. Now the room is ready. We have entered inside. So if you see here, there are three different columns, column 1, column 2, column 3. The first column is where you can see the list of participants. Here users are 1, so only myself. If the students keeps joining, this column keeps populating and you can see the number of users attending here. All the users will be listed here. Alright, this is done. The second column is for public chat. This is where students can chat publicly, public or private. So anybody can wish you good morning, anybody can wish you good afternoon, good evening, or they can message you that you are not audible, you are not visible, or not clear, whatever. So this is public chat area. Now the third one, yeah, so just to see, there is this public chat ribbon and arrow mark. If you click on the arrow mark, it will close this column number 2. It will close and it will appear like this. The second column is now closed. You seeing me? Okay, this is the column number 3. This is the public area where whatever content you display to the students, whatever video you play for the students, whatever live, if you turn on the camera from the teacher side and if you want to show it to the students, this is where it displays, and all the users videos will be seen on top of this white screen or whiteboard. I will show you that in next session. So this is how it looks. And if so now so far we have learned scheduling a meeting, starting a meeting, and different user interface options inside. How do you end a meeting? Yeah, this room, how do you end it? So if you click on those three dots on top of top right corner, you can see an end meeting option. In that end meeting, you can select and it will close the meeting. Yeah, so this is how you can end the session. Once you end it, again it will read join session button, or if the scheduled time is over, then it will not at all show you join session button. Alright, so this is how you can schedule. So this platform doesn't have any limitation on the number of hosts. So I would recommend all the teachers to open your individual classrooms and then courses and create a button inside every course. Alright, so yeah, I'll show you what different options we have in uh, interacting with the students. We'll cover it in next video. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.